So we're gonna make a muzzle video with Salem here today to show you guys kind of the size and what to look for when you're sizing your muzzle, as well as what to look for when you're figuring out, okay, can my dog pant in the muzzle? Can my dog eat and drink in the muzzle as well? So I'm gonna start out with one that's too small for him, just so I can talk through that with you guys. So when I put this muzzle on that's too small, it's important to note that I can't really fit any fingers in around. I can maybe fit a finger or two beneath his chin, and in theory, yes, his nose fits inside of here, but he won't be able to open his mouth to pant or drink water or to eat anything. So this muzzle's too small for him. Now, if I go to a next size up and I put his nose in there, this size is actually pretty good. And in my opinion, he's probably in between this size and the next size up. Now, some checks that I'm making to make this decision for him. I can fit some fingers underneath his chin, and I can see that he can pant a little bit when his mouth is open. If I put fingers in here, I can kind of fit a finger around here. So I do like this size for him if I'm in a situation where I'm putting him with another dog that I'm unsure of, and I'm not sure if he's going to be a bite risk with that dog. This one, he can't like break, he can't paw at it to get it off because it is pretty snug, but he also has the opportunity to breathe, eat food, and drink water in this muzzle. Now I'm going to go to the next size up. Good boy. Now this size is also pretty good for him. I would say he can pant more. I don't know if you guys can see from that distance, but his mouth is able to be open slightly more. And I'm checking that just by looking at him because he's naturally panting a little bit right now. But I can also put a lot of fingers underneath his chin now to see, okay, yes, he can open his jaw. I can also fit a finger or two on either side just for comfort reasons. Now I like this one if you're just having like an everyday usage or occasional usage of the muzzle. Now this one is slightly big, and the way I have it attached here, that you want to make sure that if he paws at it, because it is a slightly bigger size, that he can't get it off. So now we're going to talk about different, or like the sizing of the straps. Now we want to make sure that on the strap, he can't get the strap back over his ears. I've gotten it tight enough to where I don't think that's the case, and I can fit a couple. I actually think I could fit too many fingers, so I'm going to tighten it a little bit. And by that, you just pull the strap, and I'm going to take about, I don't know, half an inch out. And I can fit 3 fingers pretty comfortably under there, because we want it to be a comfortable experience, but we also want to make sure that he can't get it off at all. I'm going to tighten it a little bit more, and there we go. I think this is a good fit for him. Now this is an example of a muzzle where we don't have the center strap down the nose. If I was about to put Salem with the dog and I thought he'd be a bite risk, what I would do is I would go back down to this smaller size, partially so I can show you how the middle strap works. Salem. So he's going to put his nose in here. Now the middle strap is attached and goes right down the center, or between his eyes. That just adds a little bit more security. That way, if he does try to paw at it, or if he's playing with the dog pretty excitedly, sometimes you want to make sure that the muzzle can't come off, because sometimes it can. So I have this strap. I've already pre-sized this before the video, but you can see that I can fit just a few fingers in between, so it is comfortable for him, but it's very secure. A couple other things to note for size purposes is that his nose isn't squished up against the front of the muzzle, and if you have it like that, but you think it's the correct size, make sure you check this middle strap. And that's why I bring it up at this point in the video, because if you have this middle strap too tight, it'll push the muzzle up on their nose more, causing the tip of their nose to be smushed up against the front of the muzzle. And that's about it. We want to make sure, you know, your dog may be in between sizes, and if that's the case, just know, depending on which situation you put them in, is and when you're going to want to choose each size. So if you're just going to do an introduction to a dog and you're worried about a bite, but it's just going to be a short period of time, we recommend doing one that's the slightly smaller size. But if you're going on a hike or something longer, where it's just a preventative measure, do the one that's slightly bigger. But again, that's only if you're in between sizes. And yeah, that's a little overview of a muzzle. Good boy. Salem.